Section 10.1, multiple predictors, video 6, coefficient of determination, and the homework assignment. I decided to incorporate the homework assignment video into the coefficient of determination video because I don't know if it's necessary to have a whole video just to say here's your homework assignment. And also, it's after 5 o'clock and I've made a lot of videos today and I'm tired. Alright, so let's talk about coefficient determination, which we had talked about previously for a simple regression where we had one predictor. The coefficient of determination's variable is r squared, and it's the ratio of SS model to the SS total. So you can calculate it when you have the ANOVA output. Now, in some regression output, you're given the value of r squared, but you can also calculate it straightforward from the ANOVA output. And also recall what r squared measures. It's the percent of variability in the response variable that can be explained by the model, which kind of makes sense because out of the total sum of squares, or the total variability, it's the ratio of the variability from the model. So for example, in the price model from the previous video, the one that had these four explanatory variables, printer speed, time to print a color photo, cost to print one black and white page, and cost to print one color page, the value of r squared is 0.657. You could get that from the ANOVA table. In the computer output for Excel, it was also in the computer output. Then again, I wish I had not given this and said, let's go back and calculate it. But go back to the previous video and divide SS model by SS total, and you should get this value for r squared. But what does this mean? How do you interpret this? If you'll notice, I have an interpretation set up with some blanks. You can interpret any r squared using this format. The conclusion, or the interpretation is, I'll take off the word so. This is a percent, so 65.7% of variability in the response variable. We're seeing how price responds to everything else. Can be explained by, now you can just say by the model, or you can list all of the explanatory variables, printing speed, time to print a photo, cost to print a black and white page, and cost to print a color page. Ideally, the interpretation would be better if it were written in words. In other words, if I actually wrote printing speed instead of ppm, time to print a photo instead of the word photo, cost to print one black and white page in cents instead of writing cost BW, and cost to print one color page in cents instead of writing cost color. But for the sake of brevity, I would accept that. So what's your homework? Well, it's on page 620, and it's 1 through 22, all. These are short questions. They give you some output and ask you a real quick, what's the answer to this question? Just pull it out of the chart or interpret something really quickly, like, is this effective predictor based on its p-value? 24 and 26 are the same thing. The only difference between them is that 1 through 22 give you generic outputs without a context, whereas 24 and 26 have a context to them. All right, I don't think I need to give you any computer outputs for these because they are provided for you, so you should be good to go. I will have the quiz for this section 10.1 ready soon, which reminds me, I'm not sure if I ever wrote the quiz for 9.3. I'll go back and check that out. All right, if you got any questions, please contact me via Canvas or send me a text message. Stay safe and good luck.